Harvard students don't have better brains. Same neurons, same biology, same limits. You have Google. You have YouTube. You have everything. They have the same tools. So why do they still learn faster than you? Most people think it's IQ. Wrong. Most people think it's talent. Wrong. Most people think it's privilege. Wrong. It's a system. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. By the end of this, you're going to understand exactly how they compress years of learning into months. And no, it's not what your school taught you. Chapter 1, they don't study more. They study under pressure. You study when you feel like it. They study like it's survival. Big difference. Most people treat learning like a hobby. Optional, casual, replaceable. Harvard students, they treat it like oxygen. You miss a concept, you fall behind. You fall behind, you drown. This isn't motivation. This is forced adaptation. Psychologist Robert Bjork calls this desirable difficulty. Hard conditions is stronger memory encoding. Most people think learning should feel easy. Wrong. If it feels easy, your brain doesn't care. Harvard classes are brutal by design. Cold calling, public questioning, zero warning. Professor points at you. Explain the entire concept. No notes, no prep. No excuses, you panic, you retrieve. You either know it or you don't. That moment, that stress, that's where learning happens. Same principle surgeons use. Same principle described in Make It Stick research. Retrieval beats review, always. But here's the problem though. Most people avoid pressure. They hide behind notes. They reread, highlight, pretend. You feel productive. You're not learning. Harvard students don't reread, they rehearse. They simulate pressure daily, practice like performance, or don't improve at all. Chapter 2. They compress information like psychopaths. Your brain is weak. 7 items max in working memory. You try to memorize everything, every slide, every word. That's why you fail. Most people think more information equals more learning. Wrong. More information equals more confusion. Harvard students don't memorize more. They compress better. Chunking. Same system surgeons use. Thousands of facts leads to one pattern. Example. You see 10 separate economic theories. They see one framework. You see random formulas. They see a system. Cal Newport calls this mental models. Experts don't store data. They store relationships. Your brain is like RAM. Limited. Fragile. Their brain? Organized storage. You carry groceries in your arms. They pack them into bags. Same weight. Different efficiency. But here's the thing though. Compression without testing is useless. You can understand everything and still forget it tomorrow, which leads to the real advantage. Chapter 3. They use active recall relentlessly. Most people study like idiots. Read, highlight, reread, repeat. Feels good, looks productive, does nothing. This is called the illusion of competence. You recognize information, so you think you know it. You don't. Harvard students flip the system. They close the book. Then they ask, what do I actually remember? No cheating, no looking. Just retrieval, you fail. Good, failure equals signal. Rudiger Karpika's research proved this. Testing yourself increases retention by over 50%. Not reviewing, testing. Most people think mistakes are bad. Wrong. Mistakes are memory anchors. When you get something wrong confidently, your brain panics. Dopamine spikes, neurochemicals flood. Fix this immediately. That correction sticks. Harvard students engineer failure. They quiz constantly, debate constantly, explain constantly. They don't study silently. They fight the material. But here's the problem, though. Even if you remember today, you'll forget tomorrow. Unless you fix this. Chapter 4. They hack the forgetting curve. Your brain deletes information on purpose. Hermann Ebbinghaus proved it in 1885. Day 1, you forget half. Week 1, 90% gone. Your brain is a leaky bucket. Most people try to fight it. Cram harder, review longer, wrong strategy. Harvard students time their reviews. Not too early, not too late. Exactly before forgetting. This is spaced repetition. Software like Anki runs this automatically. You see the information right before it disappears. Your brain interprets that as, this matters. Keep it. Memory locked. Most people study 5 hours once. Forget everything. Harvard students study 15 minutes daily. Remember forever. Consistency beats intensity. Always. But here's the thing though. Even with perfect memory, you can still learn slowly. And slow learners lose. Mid-video trigger. By the way, if you're still watching, good. You're already ahead of 90% of people. Hit subscribe before you forget this. We fix leaks here. Chapter 5. They learn in systems, not subjects. You study subjects. Math, biology, history. Harvard students study systems. Connections between ideas. Most people think knowledge is separate. Wrong. Everything connects. Example. Economics links to psychology. Psychology links to neuroscience. Neuroscience links to behavior. They don't memorize isolated facts. They build networks. This is called interleaving. Switching topics strategically improves retention. Same principle seen in productive procrastination models. Your brain refreshes when switching contexts. Math gets boring, switch to writing. Writing gets hard, switch to science. Your brain thinks it's escaping, but it's still learning. Average people burn out. Elite students rotate. But here's the problem, though. Even if you understand everything, even if you remember everything, yet you still might not improve. Why? Chapter 6. They practice like professionals. Most people practice the whole thing. Read full chapters, do full problems, repeat endlessly. Feels productive. It's not. Anders Ericsson proved this. Deliberate practice beats repetition. Harvard students isolate weaknesses. One concept, one skill. One gap, they attack it. Example, bad at writing intros, only practice intros, bad at equations. Only solve that type. They don't waste time on what they already know. Average people practice comfort. Elite students practice pain. Feels terrible, works perfectly. Immediate feedback, instant correction, no bad habits. And here's the kicker. They teach. See one, do one, teach one. Teaching forces clarity. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it. Final loop. Now you know the system. Pressure, compression, active recall, spaced repetition, interleaving, deliberate practice. That's it. No magic. No genius. Just structure. But here's the problem, though. You can know all of this and still do nothing. Most people will. They'll watch this, feel smart, and go back to scrolling. Same habits, same results. That's why nothing changes. Harvard students aren't special. They're just operating on a different system. Now you have it. Use it or stay average, your choice. And if you want the next level, there's one more system they use that makes all of this 10 times faster. It's not taught in schools. Almost nobody uses it. That's why I made this video breaking it down step by step. Watch it next.